Good evening, Mr. Binod. How are you?
I am good, sir.
Good to hear from you also. What's the plan?
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, I'm asking what's the plan?
Sir, currently I'm preparing, sir, for exam. I'm planning next month the exam.
How you are preparing? Following the daily sprint?
No, sir. Now I'm preparing the mock test.
From where?
You share me before the 6
Udemy
mock
one.
test. Yes, yes.
How many you finished?
I finish two, sir. Two.
Great.
Then I have lag in some topics. That's why I again see videos, your videos,
Okay.
because I have confusion in some
So,
topics,
great. So, there is any big
because
problem?
this some question is very difficult. That's why I need to strong in.
Difficult means you don't have this information, or
Uh,
you have
we
the wrong information.
No, we have the, because we have the information, but we need to study more. I need to study more because I have lagged some areas. That's why I need to concentrate.
No worries. So if you are doing this, so hopefully by I think maximum by 10-15 days it will be finished, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Great, perfect. So we have Mr. Rauf also here. And Mr. Rauf, what's your plan for exam? Soon or very soon or late? You are here, Mr. Rauf? Hello. I think Mr. Rauf is not here. Just 2 more minutes, Vinod, and then I will start. Whoever is here, will not take more time. In this 1 minute, 2 minutes, if you have any question, you can ask. This iPhone is who? This is Saddam. We have Hafiz, we have Binod, we have Rahul, we have iPhone. Who is this iPhone? What's your name, boss? You're not allowed to speak of it. Motion is also joining. Ganesh is here. Okay, so great. We have enough people to start with. I hope all of you are doing great. How's the daily sprint going on? You guys are following Hafiz, Mohsin, Ganesh?
Yeah,
Sir. Yes,
Good.
sir. Alhamdulillah, going good, sir.
I'm trying to catch up the schedule and be on time.
Oh, pretty great. Not too bad. Let's just start. We have enough strength to start with. We have iPhone. I don't know who's this iPhone. If you can rename yourself, or if you can tell me your name. And now Mr. Rauf woke up.
Sir, voice is too low. I can't hear properly. Is it with
My
me
voice is
or
low?
with everybody?
Yeah, it's no.
Okay, now I made it full. Is it okay now?
Yeah, sir. No,
Yes,
it's okay.
okay.
Okay, because I'm speaking since 3 o'clock, so maybe my voice also got down. That could be the reason also. Okay, let's begin. And let's use the chat window for the answers. So the today's first question is the next question where we left in the last class. Let me read it again for you guys how to read it. A company is merging two similar projects. The extensive business process from each project need to be merged. Process needs to be merged. The team wants to optimize the merged business processes and they hire a consultant to help them. How can the team ensure knowledge continuity from both projects so they may not miss anything which is beneficial for them? So you can use the chat window to answer. Let's see. Instruct the consultant. Instruct the consultant to optimize the process. You already hired it, so you will instruct him. And similarly, if I look it out, where is it? Create an archive from the project so the team member can read it on their own. Instruct team to create new templates. Why to create new templates when they already have it? Gather representative from both teams to explore and define a mutually agreeable way of working. So Hafiz, I think your answer is correct, and Gopal also. What about others? Instruct will never be the better word, right? It cannot be the right word. We cannot instruct anyone. We can guide them. We can convince them. Instructing is a direct dictatorship. Dictatorship is normally not allowed in the project management, so they cannot be the right answers. Okay. Create an archive from the project. It can be done at the time of lesson learned, but there is nothing lesson learned. So B cannot be the answer. So remaining answer is D. Always the best answer is what? Where you have to negotiate and agree together. Instead of enforcing your decision, which is this, enforcing is never a good idea. It's always what we call it stakeholder engagement. Great, majority of you are correct. Let's go next. A medical charity organization operates in disaster emergency zone. At headquarters, the leadership wants to ensure that their practitioners' professional licenses are compliant with governing bodies. This is a condition set by their board of directors and team. In order to facilitate the new measures, which three actions should be taken? Conduct an impact assessment and audit, create and use internal standard based on the most common international standards, evaluate the existing compliance, ensure sign off on compliance requirement from board of directors, place the compliance list in the risk register and mark them as low priority. And I have been keep telling you that compliance risks are always what? Higher risk. So when compliance risks are higher risk, they can never be the low priority. So this can never be the right answer. So out of 5, we were eliminated 1. Now remaining are 4. Now we have to do what? Something. Create and use an internal standard based on the most common international compliance standard. Evaluate the existing and conduct an impact assessment and audit. Ensure sign off on compliance. Some of you have answered correctly, but some of you have not. Let's discuss what it is. The first thing we always do is what? Gap analysis, right? Whenever we are doing any task, we have to perform gap analysis. So this is the correct answer. Now, if you look at it, based upon the gap analysis, we have to take actions. So A is the right answer. Now I need to find one more wrong answer. How to find out? So from B, C, and D, which is the wrong answer? What do you guys think? Creating and use an internal standard based on the most common international compliance standard. Do you think this is the right answer?
Yes, sir.
You make the standard, or you make the procedure, or you make the baseline? We never make the standard, right? We follow the standards. Do we? Do we make the own standards, or we make the bench lines, benchmarks? You guys follow the ISO standards, right? API standards. Yes or no? You guys have mic, you can speak. Mr. Rauf, what do you think?
Yes, sir. We follow ISO standards.
We don't make our own standard, right?
Yes, sir.
Based upon the standard, we prepare our
Procedures
policies, procedures, and methodologies, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
So this word is itself is controversial. That I made my own standard. Who are you to make the own standard? And especially when we are discussing about medical licenses. Otherwise, you have to patent it, right? If it is your standard, you have to make a patent out of it.
Yes.
Can you make the standard without making them recognized? Majority of you work with API standards, right? Because majority of you are from oil and gas. Or if not, at least you guys use ISO.
So ASM is.
ASMs, yes. So we follow them, right? Imagine if ISO is coming for the review audit, which they do after every 3 years or 5 years, surveillance audit. Because you will say, we have our own standard. The first question they will ask you is what? Did you get any approval? Did you get it recognized from local societies? Like if I make Saudi standard for hospital, so it should be recognized from Ministry of Health, yes or no?
Right.
I cannot say, no, this is my hospital standard, I will keep it for me. For me, we have procedures and SOPs or policies, isn't it?
Yes.
So in that context, B is wrong, and low priority will never be the compliance standards. Remaining 3 are the right answers. So please do not. It's very good answer. If you read it, this is our common understanding of PMP, that make something mutual or make something better. But now we are talking about standards. Standard is not something which you can produce by yourself. If you are doing it, you have to get it verified from any international organization or local regulatory bodies, then you can implement it. Great. Next, a product owner receives some confidential security information that needs to be included in the definition of done or as part of the acceptance criteria. How should the project leader categorize this record? Confidential security, top level influence, omission from earlier in the process, compliance matter, or change of heart. Confidential security is best as what? From the mic, please, not the chat, please. Exactly, Ganesh. It cannot be the other things. Change of heart is not a security. It's totally unusual answer. You don't influence. And omission, we don't omit. If it was there, we could not have omitted, because the first criteria is always what? Our compliance or security requirement. So that's why B cannot be the answer also. Compliance matter is more important, because if you will not follow this, our project can be stopped, terminated, cancelled, or jeopardized. Next, during a sprint review, the team identified successful gains on plan improvement, while noting that a lot more development and testing is required. The product owner wants to report on the business value of the work. Which actions should the team take to assist the product owner with validating business value? Conduct a variance. There is nothing called variance in the question, right? So I don't think so. It can be the answer. Anyway, examine customer feedback. Plan to discuss at next. If I remove the next, it could be the right answer. But because next is here, so it cannot be the right answer. Measured earned value management and examine customer feedback. Value is the monetary value, or feedback is the business value. So I think yes, majority of you answer the information as correct. Value is about the real feedback of the stakeholders or customer, that how much change it has been. Earned value management is done to find out what we are doing for forecasting, for reviewing initial analysis. Let's go next. A team was assigned a project to build a new insurance policy. System. After 6 months of project work, the sponsor expresses concerns. A colleague in an unrelated company division claims that policy administration system has bugs and team is unable to solve critical problems. It's a claim. Or someone is pointing a finger at your system. Which two options should the project manager use to prepare a response to the sponsor? Defect count, risk metrics, issue log, changes, technical debts. Technical debts that you could not fix it and now it's pending. Changes, there are impacts or the new requirements or the new strategies. Issue log, where the issues are being recorded. Risk metrics, the measurements of risk. Defect count, how many defects are coming. So if you need to satisfy the sponsor that whatever he is claiming, I can show you this to help you out. What two options you can use? Gopal, your first answer is okay. What you are saying, second answer, it can be the answer. Yes. Ganesh, yes. Good. Yes. iPhone. This cannot be, the second one cannot be the answer, because they are asking to prepare a response of the defects. So the second answer which you are saying, it cannot be the right answer. Changes are not the defects, and technical debts are something which are left over from the previous one. And risk is the measurement. Risk matrix are the measurements which we establish in risk management plan. So it cannot be the answer. So the correct answer is defect count, how many defects you have it, and what issues you have. Like if you say, Ran, what's the problem? What is going on? Someone is saying you have a lot of errors. What you will say? So look at my defect count, look at my issue log. So this is the situation. I hope you guys got the answer. So the right answer is defect count and issue log. Let's go next. A project team lead has challenged the team to minimize defects. Challenge the teams to minimize defects and waste in project teamwork. As an initial step, the team proposes to assess the relevant standards and framework. Assess means ensure, and ensure is related to QA, is related to audit, audit is related to review, review what? Existing or upcoming, or the existing situations. So now what should be the answer? I gave you the answer already. Checking the ISO Organe website, what it has to do. Requirements management plan. There is nothing in the question for the requirements. Investigate the project quality matrix. Interview the person who manages the quality compliance. What it will bring. So when the word is there, assess. So assess means investigate. Yes, all of you are correct. Great. So how easy things become if you know the whole trail of the keywords also. Next, a project team is set to deliver a project in 12 months. The sponsor encourages innovation. Project has a high risk tolerance. However, 8 months into the project, it is plagued with incomplete and failing prototypes. Highly capable team is feeling demoralized. Project manager worries whether the deliverable will ever meet the stated acceptance criteria. How would an adaptive life cycle have helped this project? You know, when the project have high uncertainty and high risk tolerance, we should do the project in adaptive life cycle. So what are the answers you can provide by yourself, I think? Project sponsor would have the product owner. It doesn't matter. Less paperwork and documentations are required. There is nothing called less paperwork. Agile does not require acceptance criteria. Another stupid answer. So yes, all of you are correct. C is the right answer. The desire for innovation and high risk tolerance are ideal for agile projects or agile practices. Where we will use, okay, let's discuss it further. What we do in agile, we work on definition of ready. To prepare the definition of ready, what I need? Apex with user stories. And to make user stories, you have used something called wireframe, low fidelity or high fidelity, isn't it? So this prototype error will never happen. And when we are using wireframing, we can use what? MVP? Yes or no? Isn't we can use MVP to avoid this thing. And this MVP based upon the required requirements collection techniques which you have used. Got the point? All of you? Abad, you agree with it?
Yes, sir. Okay.
That's good. Next. A newly assembled team is holding a kickoff meeting over a weekend. About half of the team already work together. Other team members are contractors. Company already use lean and agile approaches. However, during the meeting, the team member openly argued about everything. Which actions will help the team to build a shared understanding? Create breakout sessions. The problem is he's arguing about everything. So create breakout sessions and assign team members to specific work based on their expertise. Nominate someone the role of project manager and adopt a hierarchical team structure. Ask the product owner to lead the session and explain to the team what to do. The team lead should arrange the team and contractors in working pairs. What do you think is the right answer? It has nothing, B has nothing to do with the question, right? Nominating a project manager for what? It's not about project manager. Team lead should arrange the team and team contractors in work. In agile teams are what? Self-organized. So there is not a big role of team lead. Team lead is doing the facilitation only. So it cannot be the answer. Breakout sessions for what? He has a problem of common understanding. Common understanding means the team member openly argued about everything from project goal to smallest detail. It means he has not seen the vision statement, or we call it charter in the predictive language. This is actually used for the common understanding between the stakeholders. So if product owner will do a kickoff session with the team where he will explain the purpose of the project, the vision statement explanation, then people will agree and then they start working. Then these type of conflicts will be removed. So yes, C is the right answer in this situation. Next, a government is ready to announce a new tax on sugary products to fund the healthcare program. The team is working on the first set of goals to secure buy-in from the stakeholders and launch a strong campaign to support the mandate. In which three ways the project can build a shared understanding? Shared understanding, I just told you, project charter, vision statement. Create a partnership between the government and industry stakeholders so that the industry is prepared to support the change. Seems to be a good answer. Let's go next. Launch a national survey program to anticipate how individuals and business will react. This is your task. Why the national survey is required? If you will ask the national survey, they will go against this because sugary product, everyone likes Coke and Red Bull. They will not let you increase the prices. Announce the tax along with an advertising campaign to educate the country and individuals about the benefits. Seems to be better answer also. Inform industry stakeholders that non-compliant businesses will be penalized. Punishments are never allowed. Punishments are never allowed in project management. So B is gone, D is gone, and we needed 3. So remaining are the right answer, which means A, C, and E. Make a partnership, or just so we call it, stakeholder collaboration. Foster what we call it, educate the stakeholders. So this is what educating the stakeholders. And use an incremental approach by taxing product with the highest sugar content only, and explain how it will improve the results with a period of time. So this is again what stakeholder engagement. So all 3 points are actually shared understanding means stakeholder buy-in. They already said stakeholder buy-in, right? And buy-in means the stakeholder engagement. Whenever you find the word buy-in, buy-in means stakeholder engagement. So ACE are referring to stakeholder engagement. During an agile project, the key stakeholders are expressing their concerns about their lack of involvement. They feel disconnected from the project. Product owner agrees with these concerns and wishes to do something quick. The iteration is coming to an end. What would be the good way to engage the stakeholder at this stage? Daily stand-up is only for the team. No external stakeholders allowed. So it cannot be the right answer. Arrange a meeting with the key stakeholders to discuss the iteration backlog. Iteration backlog will be done between the customer and product owner. Invite the key stakeholders to join the next iteration planning meeting and the retrospects. Planning meeting could be the better idea, but retrospects for what? Invite the key stakeholder to participate in the iteration review so they can provide the new requirements. So I think D is the better answer. Yes, Ganesh, you are also correct. D is the right answer. Iteration review meeting means they will feel connected. In iteration review meeting, product owner is already there. Here is the team. And if you bring external stakeholders like customers and key stakeholders, and they are looking at the demonstration, so they will feel connected and they can provide what? Feedback. So they will feel more connected. And if their new requirements are provided, then they are going back to the product backlog. All of you got the idea from the explanation? If yes, let's go next. Okay, let's go next. Don't know, something has happened to my throat. It was good now. A lot of coffee. Okay, let's go. A product team has completed 8 of 10 iterations. While refining the backlog for iteration 9, PO learns about a massive change. The budget change announced yesterday will impact our project. I may need to reprioritize some of our planned work. How should the team lead respond? Reply with some recommendations to reduce the scope. Reducing the scope is never the right answer. Never ever the right answer. Wait for the product owner to reprioritize the backlog. Contract the finance department to find out more about the budget cut. Why to contract the budget finance department? He should contact to the product owner. Disband the team so they have the time to find new assignments. We are not outsourcing. So yes, the best is B. Wait for the product owner to reprioritize the product backlog because he will find out what is better for the project because he is the voice of customer. So yes, those who have answered B is the right answer. Let's go next. An agile team welcomes a new team member who is unfamiliar with the agile approach. And when someone is unfamiliar with the agile approach, what we have to do? We have to educate them. At the weekly demo meeting, this team member becomes visibly nervous when an engineer who often criticizes their previous work appears unexpectedly and gives very direct feedback about the prototype. After the meeting, the new team member leaves the room quickly. How should the team respond? Product owner should approach the team member later in the day to find out the history of the problem. Is this product owner task or Scrum Master task? What is written in A? What is written in A is product owner task or Scrum Master or team lead task?
Scrum Master.
Scrum Master, right? Product owner, team lead should be there. So it cannot be the right answer. Allow the team members to figure out their own relationship since this is a self-organizing team, right? Team should handle the things by themselves. What do you think? But let's go further. Hold a team meeting to find out the other team members what they know about the situation. We are not going to make a story here. The team lead should reiterate the ground rules. Ground rules are for the conflict management, not for the problems. Facilitate a face-to-face meeting between the team members and operation engineers. He is the external stakeholders. Why you want him to sit with him? So the remaining answer I think good was allowing the team members to figure out. So team members should educate. As I said, when I read it, look, as I keep telling you, when you read the question, you will find the answer even without reaching to this point. When you are reading, you already have an answer. And once you are going down, you will match your answer with the given answers. And you can easily find the correct answer. If you will just keep thinking from this perspective or this perspective, your answer will always be wrong. So if you know these basic rules, product owner task is not this. You cannot ask the team member to go with the external stakeholders. Totally wrong. Team lead should reiterate the ground rules at the next retrospect, especially the engagement protocols and communication standards. This can be the right answer also. This can be the right answer also, because if they say choose two answers, so yes, this can be the right answer, because they didn't say choose two. So B is the better answer. A product owner.
Sir, in that case, why we have he have to wait until the next retrospective meeting? Until then, that team member will be, in fear because he don't know anything about the HR. How
Because this retrospect meeting is just over. So as you said, next retrospecting next will never be the right answer, right?
Yes, exactly, sir.
Good. So at least you guys got the good grip on the keywords. Next, delayed, in the future will never be the right answer.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Now I'm thinking to play foul, right? But I should go wrong answers and you guys start giving me the reasons. So I think you will learn more with this thing.
Yes, sir.
A product owner is reviewing notes from the latest stakeholder meeting. Which two note items should the product owner consider as a change to the product backlog? Change. Recommendations from stakeholder to change a task in the current iteration. Team members wrote their brilliant new idea on yellow sticker and put it on the Kanban board. Unprioritized user stories, stakeholder B wants new and improved quality requirements. Issue, but the team has this under control. When the thing is reviewing notes, so in product backlog, do we put issues? Do we put issues in the product backlog?
No, sir.
It's the issues backlog. Bugs, fix, technical debts. Same thing, issues,
Never.
right?
Yes.
So these two can never be the right answers. Now remaining 3, and I have to find one wrong answers. So which one you think? A, B, C?
C, sir.
C is the right answer, right? Because they have a new user story, a new requirement. And from A and B, which one is the right answer?
A.
Okay, look at it. Recommendation from stakeholder to change a task in the current situation, in the current iteration. Can you change? How many times I told you? Can you change in the iteration? Can you change anything in the ongoing iteration? You have 2 weeks iteration. Can you change anything in the middle?
Only product owner can change.
Only product owner can change, and only if when the business objectives are not being achieved. We never stop the iteration
Right.
in the middle. Product owner can only terminate it if there is a drastic change, like in the previous question that product owner has a sound, we don't have budgets. So in that case, he may, I'm not saying can, he may terminate the iteration. But just for reviewing the backlog in the current iteration, you can never do anything. So remaining is B and C. Team member wrote their brilliant new idea on a yellow sticker. Yellow sticker is actually what? User story, right? That's what we call it, story card. And where are the story cards? Here, right in the Kanban book. To do, in process, done, and requires attention or something. So if someone is placing something here, it is what? Story card or the new requirements. So B and C are the right answers in this situation. So I think let's keep it here because my throat is not allowing me to even speak. And so we'll see in the next week, inshallah, on Saturday. Many times I actually try to mute myself so you cannot hear my coughing. Inshallah. The worst thing is, or the good thing is, I have a training tomorrow.
Sir, thank you so much, sir. Thank you very
5
much.
days.
Jazakallah.
From tomorrow till 5 days, I have a training in Rampur for the thing, and I have to speak 8 hours. I don't know how this works. Regarding the thing, I have a batch starting from 5 to 9. If you or any of your friend wants to join, most welcome. From 5 June to 9 June. So if you want to revise yourself and participate in the batch, most welcome. And if you will help your friends to
I
register,
want to ask a question, sir.
go ahead.
Sir,
Ask.
Sir, as we are in the sprint, as we are going ahead, okay, I feel like I am, forgetting the old lectures and old content.
The time will pass by, it will keep happening.
Should I worry about it, sir?
No.
Okay, sir.
If it's not critical, no need to look back. If it is very critical, like the basic concepts are missing, then yes, you have to revise it.
No, basic concepts are okay, sir.
Then that's it.
Okay, sir.
Great. Then thank you very much. I'll see you on next Saturday, same time. Thank you for joining. I hope you
Thank you,
learned
sir.
something out of it. Until then, take care. I hope that if you guys have been following the sprints, maybe I can see some people certified by the next week also.
Thank you, sir.
Take care. Bye-bye.